Hello. Now we are to describe the problems that students in basic education in communities in Mexico in their first contact with the computer. Today, information technologies and communication have been modified structures and behaviors in society. Education is not immune to this change. However, not all families have access to information technology and communication. The INEGI, the last year, published entitled Statistics World Day of Internet, indicates that in Mexico, only 30% of the population have access to Internet. Used in this article shows that in Hidalgo only 13 of people have access to information technology and communication. This means that in rural areas a very small percent basic level students have access to computer equipment, and as a result children do not have the access to computer used by not identifying the location of the letters in the standard QWERTY keyboard. Bocaja Hidalgo is a community in San Salvador County in Hidalgo, Mexico. According collects data from the National Institute of Statistics and Geography, INEGI, this community have a population of 100 inhabitants, of whom 292 are women and 258 men, and a community totaling approximately 1, 2, and 2 homes. This community main economic activity is agriculture, and the monthly income of the residents are around 4,005 pesos. Because the economics and social condition, the inhabitants of the community Bocaja not have the opportunity to buy a computer for home. In this way, the Ignacio Allende Elementary School has asked the state's government support, ensuring that provide them with 15 computers for students of this school to take advantage of the new tools of information and communication technologies. However, this support is not used at all. Science students can only use computers 1 hour a week, don't have their computer equipment at home to continue practicing, and some groups are multi-grade. One machine is used by 2 students. Coupled with this, one of the main problems that have the use of the computer equipment, if that students have difficulty in finding the location of the letters and the keyboard. Not finding that case students despair and start to play or distracted anything. In later class, the students show resistance to entry to school, starting that you do not like going to school because they do not understand you. This is how the students lose interest in technology. It was observed that the distribution of the QWERTY keyboard is not appropriate for students who have their first encounter with computer equipment. Science, according to the catalog called QWERTY Evolution of the Technology Space, in which shows the evolution of the keyboard and its different variants, and show the evolution of keywords typewriter. In them explain that the QWERTY keyboard is set up with the distribution of the alphabet so that hammer typewriter not look when hammering on paper. However, this distribution today is no longer necessary because the typewriter ceased to be used and gave way to electronic keyboard of modern computers. Students at primary school Ignacio Allende are more familiar with the alphabetic order, letters from A and Z. That's why the idea for reorganization the keyboard will help to free hardware, cards, and ready to are low cost in high ability. The methodology of this study is based in combination of literature review and field data, from which the sign is based on extensive search and retrieval information as noted by Sanchez and Angels, centering an equitative, descriptive, and correlation approach. The design adopted is quasi-experimental type, which have the characteristics to be more general nature than the investigations of pure type is validity, is the safety and reliability, equivalence, focus on the initial study groups, according Campbell, categories, and Stanley. For design, the practice was contemplated only to allow comparison groups and equivalence of groups which mean identify abilities and skills in handling a computer keyboard with standard keyword by students of basic level elementary school Bocaja Ignacio Allende compared with the modified prototype of the SpecialKeyboard. Furthermore, the control group were students of basic level that were not included in the sample. Regarding the sample, 15 machines with SpecialKeyboard contained the server 73 students from a total of 19 randomly selected and have a margin of reliability of 95%. With regard to measuring instruments in data collection were usability tests which are attached to the ISO, IEC, and ISO IEC standard, allowing to identify the primary factors, user goal, and context to evaluate the usability in software and hardware. In this sense, Thomas and Reddish argued that a pre-usability test means applying to students' objects when confronted with the device and concrete data to highlight the case and difficulty to use a systematic method of observation. In addition, these were encoded the technology of Likert at the measurement scale. Finally, tests were calculated at the reliability coefficient of 95% from pilot period. According to the official website of the Plate Free Hardware Teams, is a microcontroller developed system based on USB developed in very little space, up to implemented many types of projects. All programming is done via the USB port, no special programmer requirement. Use a mini-B standard and PC or USB port required. This plate-free hardware is the brain of SpecialKeyboard because since this interrupts that will allow of the way to display the desired charts. The keyboard housing be made of wood is the easiest margin available, and shapes are provided and case have a push button because it's the easy material to archive and implement the prototype. In conclusions, we can that the QWERTY keyboard is not a useful keyboard on the grounds that it was a keyboard developed to solve the problem that I have with the bars of typewords, which took up the theme of writing. We must also that the typewords are already obsolete and very stuck. Few people still use. Besides, the problem of block roads typeword is hypothesis that the QWERTY keyboard was developed to delay the write speed as the bus and the memory of the first computer becomes saturated when the writing too quickly. Currently, there is no sub problem with computers. In addition, the technical advantage have favorable results with students, from which might be located in more easily the letters on the keyboard and selflessness were limited the computer and increased the learning curve since, as expected, the students learned to write faster on the computer. The difference in the learning curve with the observation of students using the QWERTY keyboard from using the prototype keyboard noticed. Moreover, it can be appropriate some special keyboard for senior science beginners. It is ideal for them to identify the letters on the keyboard. Adults over the region used the students of the primary school Ignacio Allende be dabbling in technology literacy with his first encounter with computer equipment. Finally, working on adding braille keyboard symbol for people with visual disabilities and thus be touch may be used prototypes without any problems. Thank you very much. We are Engineer Pedro Joan Salazar, Engineer Saul Isai Soto, and Engineer José Martín Oropeza Méndez. Thank you very much. Bye.